Can we talk about how Bethesda used to be on top of the world? Back when Oblivion and Skyrim dropped, you didn't even have to be into RPGs to know those games mattered. People who never touched the Elder Scrolls game before would suddenly dump hours into them. Bethesda wasn't just making hits, they were setting the standard for open world RPGs. That's the level of respect that they had. Bethesda games has always launched with issues, but before it was something worth pushing through. Skyrim and Fallout 3 were messy, but the worlds were so engaging that players didn't mind. With 76, there was no strong foundation underneath. If the core game isn't good, people don't bother waiting for fixes, they just move on. A big part of why things fell off is the tech. Bethesda has been holding on to Creation Engine for way too long. Back in Oblivion days it worked, but now it just feels outdated. Other studios have moved forward with new tools. You got Rockstar with Red Dead 2, CD Projekt with Witcher 3, and their games show it. Bethesda stuck with that old tech and it dragged down their new ideas. And it's not just the tech, it's the direction. Bethesda used to stand out because their games felt unique. They gave players freedom to explore, roleplay, and build their own stories. Lately it feels like they're chasing trends instead. Fallout 76 leaned into live service, Starfield leaned into space exploration hype. Instead of setting the pace like they used to, they've been reacting to what's popular. Starfield is a perfect example of that. On paper, 1,000 planets sound amazing. In practice, most of them are empty. The game has ambition, but it doesn't hit the emotional highs Bethesda used to deliver. Compare that to something like Baldur's Gate 3, where every choice feels like it matters. That's the difference between a game that feels handcrafted and a game that feels stretched thin. The problem is, once you set that bar, people expect you to keep hitting it, and Bethesda hasn't done that in a long time. Fallout 4 was fine, but it didn't feel like the step forward people were waiting for. The dialogue system felt stripped down, the RPG side of things were kind of weak, and the game as a whole leaned more into being a shooter than RPG. It was fun, but it didn't stick in people's minds like Fallout 3 or New Vegas. Then we got Fallout 76. That's where things went completely sideways. The idea of taking Fallout Online had potential, but the way it launched was kind of rough. No NPCs, empty world designs, constant buzz. It just wasn't the kind of experience fans wanted. People were hoping for something ambitious, but what they got felt rushed and unfinished. That release alone did more damage to Bethesda's reputation more than anything before it. Fans haven't forgot what made Bethesda great, and that's why people are so critical now. They remember stepping out of Vault 101 for the first time, climbing mountains in Skyrim and just staring at the view. Those are moments that stick forever, but recent games haven't delivered on those kind of experiences, and people feel let down. The monetization didn't help either. The whole paid mods situation years back made players feel like Bethesda was trying to cash in on its own community. Then Fallout 76 doubled down with microtransactions in a game that already launched poorly. Players don't mind supporting good content, but when a company looks like they're just milking them, it kills goodwill kind of fast. Bethesda's real competition isn't even other companies, it's their own history. Every new game they release gets compared to Skyrim, Morrowind, Fallout 3, or New Vegas, and the new stuff just isn't hitting the same highs. When your past games overshadow your present ones, it's tough to keep fans on board, and it's tied to identity. Bethesda used to be the RPG studio. Now it's not clear what they want to be. Are they focused on big single player epics? Are they trying to build live service platforms? Or are they chasing whatever genre is trending? That lack of focus shows in their games. But that's why Elder Scrolls 6 has to be so great. Like, it has to literally be better than Skyrim, a game people still to this day mod and play every single day. They do that, people will forgive a lot what came before. If it drops and feels half done, it might finally convince longtime fans that the Bethesda they loved is gone. The stakes couldn't be higher. And the thing is, the competition isn't standing still. Laurie improved with Baldur's Gate 3, that deep RPG still has a massive audience. FromSoft with Elden Ring show how to make a massive open world feel alive. Rockstar's new game will almost certainly set the standard. Bethesda just doesn't have to do well, they have to do better than the rest. But it's still a time for Bethesda to come back. You know, the path is still there. No Man's Sky did it, Final Fantasy 14 did it. Those games went from disasters to respected titles because the devs listened and put in the work. If Bethesda wants the redemption arc, they have to do the same, no shortcuts this time. In the end, like, Bethesda went wrong because they lost focus. They leaned into trends, into monetization, into scale over substance. What people love was the freedom choice and worlds that felt alive. That's the magic they need to get back. But let me know what you guys think about Bethesda, you know, low-key falling off a little bit. Can it make a comeback? Will it make a comeback? Especially with Skyrim 6. I honestly can't wait for it to drop. I have high hopes still, but they have to make it better than Skyrim. It's hard. It's really, really hard, but I feel like they can do it. But let me know what you guys think. It's your boy Memories. Like, comment, subscribe. I catch your boys next time. Peace.